Okay, so today we're going deep on Proverbs 7, from Bible.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because we're dealing with a text that's thousands of years old.
Right.
But this chapter, this is about temptation.
Absolutely.
And it's shockingly relevant.
It is.
Even today.
Yeah.
It's all about those moments where, something is bad for you,
Yes.
but you're just drawn to it anyway.
Right. Like a moth to a flame.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating how this whole chapter unfolds like a story.
Well, it is a story, yeah.
We're dropped right into this scene with this father giving his son a very direct warning.
Yes. Very direct.
About the dangers of a certain kind of woman.
Yeah, and he's very graphic.
The way she is described,
oh, yeah.
seductively dressed, sly of heart, for brazenness. This isn't some, wallflower. This is someone who is actively
out to get you.
Playing a game. And it's interesting because, the young man in this story seems totally oblivious.
Yeah, he's clueless.
Yeah. Where does the context come in here?
Well, the context is really important because Proverbs is, it's this collection of wisdom sayings and poems, and they often use very vivid metaphors and allegories to convey the moral lessons. And it's written primarily for young men entering adulthood, offering guidance on how to navigate the complexities of life.
So like a manual for making good decisions.
Exactly, a manual for making good decisions. Yeah.
So in this story, it's like the woman's tactics are laid out like a playbook.
Oh, absolutely.
Of temptation.
Yeah. Here's how to trap a young man.
Right.
Flattery, promises of pleasure, even straight up lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
all designed to lure him in.
It works.
Oh, it works.
The story describes him walking right into this trap, like an ox going to slaughter.
Right.
Which I gotta say,
pretty intense image.
Yeah, that's some pretty intense imagery. Yeah, it's meant to be shocking. This is not subtle poetry,
Right.
It's meant to wake you up to the potential consequences of bad choices. It uses these very stark metaphors, like the ox, a stag caught in a trap, a bird flying into a snare,
all right,
to really drive home the point that giving in to temptation can be self-destructive.
But is it really fair to put all the blame on the woman?
That's a good question.
She is temptress.
Yeah.
But the story seems to focus on her as the source of temptation.
Yeah.
But the young man makes the choice to follow her. Right.
You're right. It takes two to tango, And while the story highlights the woman's manipulative tactics, it also emphasizes the young man's lack of wisdom and self-control.
Right.
Yeah, so this chapter isn't just a warning about avoiding certain types of people. It's about recognizing the dangers of our own desires and learning to make wise choices.
So almost like we have this ancient wisdom toolkit.
Yes.
For navigating modern life.
Yes.
We may not be dealing with literal temptresses on street corners.
Right.
But we all face those internal struggles.
Oh, absolutely.
Those snares of temptation that could lead us down the wrong path.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess what Proverbs 7 is saying is...
It's saying develop your discernment. Be able to recognize those traps and make choices that are going to lead to a flourishing life.
So instead of looking outwardly, it's about looking...
inwardly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recognizing those desires that might lead us astray.
So thinking about the things big tempt you?
Yeah, what are your temptations?
It could be anything from overspending to unhealthy habits or getting caught up in drama.
Absolutely, all those things.
So this chapter is challenging us to develop that inner discernment.
Yes.
To recognize those traps and make choices that lead to a good life.
That's the key.
Yeah.
A good life.
So next time you find yourself facing a tempting situation, think about this ancient story.
Yeah, good advice.
And ask yourself, am I about to walk into a snare?
Yeah. Am I the ox?
Yeah.
Go into the slaughter?
Right.
Yeah.
And that might just help you.
Make a wiser choice.
Yeah, make a wiser choice.
Absolutely. Well, that's Proverbs 7.
Proverbs 7.
A timeless story with some really important advice.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yes. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.